Hello everyone, welcome back again to our tutorial lesson for AUTOCRAFTER in Bedrock edition. So now we are going to dive into the lesson 2 or going further to the difficulty level of science in Crafter. Yeah, so in this preview I'm gonna show you what we are going to make after the lesson. This project is good for a one input only. For example, cloud transform to planks, then planks transform to stick, as you can see, and then stick will going to transform into a ladder. So before that, in making our redstone project, we encounter many mistakes, so we need to spot it. For example, just like this. So yeah, we must be watchful for that. Okay, so that's our lesson for today. So transforming one input into an item. Okay, so we are already here in this tutorial. So I've divided the lesson into 3. So number 1 is the oak planks crafter, which requires only one crafter. So we are going to start from basic level 1 crafter, then 2 crafter, and 3 crafters. So there it's getting complicated. So this is why I'm divide into 3, so you can easily understand step by step. So I just want you to tell that you need to understand the logic, okay? Just like what you made. So oops, what going to do? It's raining again, I'm sorry. Okay, so I want you to understand the logic on how the redstone is associated or works in this machine, okay? So I want you to understand the logic, and then if you already understand the logic, you can transform into your own creative manner of making. Okay, so let's start with oak planks crafter. So simply, it requires only one machine, one crafter. Oak cloud, then transform to oak planks. And then, however, it requires you to manually interrupt it. Okay, so you can have the output, your desired output. Then how about with automatic flip-flop, as you can see. Okay, so let's understand the logic here. So we have the input, and this will turn to infinite or automatically. It will take out the output. Okay, so you can also change the speed if you want. Okay, that's how it's worked. Then if you notice, I have put a redstone here. Let's grab this redstone. So I'm gonna explain it to you and understand the logic here. So if I put the redstone here, this hopper will get affected. So that is why I put it below. Okay, let's try it off. And how about, okay, that's how about this version without dropping the item? So it automatically pass through the chest here. Oops, let's take this out. So let's understand here the logic. So this will go out, in this mount will, okay, that's the mount. Then we'll pass through hopper, and then to the chest. Okay, so this is the automatic. So you can see, so it's not dropping, and then yeah, it will go to the chest automatically. So if I break the hopper, so it will drop the outputs. So make sure to put a hopper so it won't drop the item, so it will just automatically pass through the container. Okay, so that's how level 1 of our project. So you already understand the logic here. Yeah, we have the flip-flop and the crafter and the storage. Okay, that's the basic, that's the level 1. So you really understand the logic, and I hope you get the idea on how this will work. So we can proceed to level 2. Okay, we are now already in the level 2 difficulty. It is the crafter. So recently we have created the planks, right? So we convert the oak log into planks. So in this version, in this stage, it requires two crafter. First, we need to transform the oak log into planks, then planks. So as you can see, oak log to planks, it will drop just like that. Will drop here, and it will pass through, and this will fill the slot of planks, and then it will make a stick. Okay, I'm gonna show you how it works. Okay, that, and you need to press it. This is just an image of our project. I'm just gonna show you how the project will work. So actually, we will make an automatic version, automatic farm, not deliver. Okay, so that's how it works. So how about if we make it automatically, like flip-flop redstone? Okay, so that's the flip-flop version. So if I unplug that, this will cause to flip-flop. And this one, you can also change the speed, and then it will craft the planks. It will take out, it will drop to the hopper, and then it will assemble to this. It will assemble to this slot. It will fill to this slot, and then this flip-flop will turn on this crafter, and it will make a stick. Okay, so let's try it out, and we will see. Okay, that's the oak planks. As you can see it's working. Is it really working? So let's see. As you can see, we got button, not a stick. So what's the problem here? So there's a problem. Oops, wait a minute. Okay, there's a problem here. So let's turn it off. As you can see, there's a problem here. So I'm gonna explain it to you how it works and how it, so let's understand the logic here. Because if we turn it on, so we can make a button, not a stick. So how does it happen? So let's observe it. Let's observe it together. Okay, as you can see, only the first slot is being filled, not the second one. So as you can see, it will automatically craft the button, not the stick. Yeah, but sometimes there's a chance that they will craft a stick. Yes. So what's the problem here? I'm gonna explain it to you. So there's a problem here in this machine. Okay, so this is the fixed version. I'm gonna explain it to you. Okay, so as you can see, we have updated version where there's a comparator. So I'm gonna explain it to you. So we have two slots, right? Okay, then this will read, the comparator will read the crafter, the slot, on how many items there. So for example, if I put one item here, the redstone power will increase, as you can see, into there. So so remember, it always 9th length. That the redstone wire should be 9 as always in making this machine, because there is 9 slot in the crafter, right? Then that's its work. So if I put another item here, if this all slot, it will cause the redstone power to fully powered, and then this will cause the flip-flop for inverter to turn off, and the flip-flop will turn on. Then it will craft the stick. Yes. So let's try it out. Okay. So the redstone power is fully activated, and then that will work. However, if it's only one slot, it doesn't work. So in order to avoid buttons crafting, okay, so remember, it always 9th length of redstone wire, because there are 9 slots in here. If I put here 2, as you can see, it's work because the redstone power or the slot is already filled. Okay, so always remember that if I take 1, it should be filled. Okay, in order to avoid buttons. Okay, so let's try it out. Let's observe if it's really working or the problem has been fixed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's raining again. So let's activate it. So as you observe, okay, so the problem has been fixed. So it only craft stick for now. Okay, as you can see, yeah, it requires to fill all the slot before to craft or to activate the crafter. Okay, that's how it's work. Let's try to earn it. Okay, so if we compare it to the recent project, okay, where there's an error, okay, let's compare it. How the error. Okay, let's compare the problem here. So if we craft, okay, if we turn it on, so it will craft button instead of stick. It's because the slot is not completely filled and it will make crafter work even though the slot isn't filled it yet. So we already have fixed that on the other, and I hope you already get the idea on how to avoid those problems. So we need a comparator, and then to fill that, yeah, we need a comparator with 9 lamp because there's 9 slot. No matter how many value you put here, the redstone power is always depends on the slot filled. So if I divide it by 2, if I fill the other slot, then it will cause the flip-flop to turn on. That's how to avoid buttons. Okay, and then if it will stop. So let's proceed to the clear version where there's no dropping of items. Okay, so let's understand the logic here before we turn it on. Okay, we have the lock. Wait, this lock will drop to this hopper. It will proceed to there, and these oak planks will assemble in here. First it will assemble in 1, and then this redstone power is always 9 length because there is 9 slot in crafter. So if we fill this with wood, this slot, this will increase the power until there. So if we already filled with 2 slots, so the power will go there and inverter will turn off, and then it will activate the flip-flop. Yes, you can also slow it down. You should be slow it down in order to avoid buttons. Okay, so let's try it out because you already know the logic here. I already explained the logic. So it will pass through. Yes, and okay. As we can see, the process. Okay, the planks, and it will form a stick, and then stick. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. Okay, this is the stick. As you can see, there is no dropping of items here. It will automatically pass through the container. Yes. So however, okay, that's its work. Comparator, and then 9 length. The power is always 9. It will read the crafter. If the crafter is already filled with a slot, and then it will turn the flip-flop, and then it craft a stick. So there is no button here. So you need to slow it down. So if we try it faster, let's see if we can encounter buttons. An error. Okay, observe that. Once you can see, there is button. So you should slow it down because we are making stick here, not button. Okay, but oops, what's happening? I think the hopper is already full. Yeah, we should turn it off. However, if we turn it off, the other flip-flop will still going because the crafter is not done yet. Yeah, that's how it works in order to avoid a mistake in making your output. Okay, then we have this crafter. Oops, what's happening? Yeah, I hope you really get the comparator version, but on how to avoid. You already know the logic, right? Oops, wait a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna destroy this because it will make my game laggy. Where should I destroy this? I think I should destroy this. Okay, so let's proceed to the level 3. So I hope you already get the idea of the level 2, because that's the difficult one. So if you understand the level 2, you can easily grasp the level 3. So we have the ladder crafter. So yeah, recently we have 2 crafter needed in this machine. We required 3 crafters. So first we need to craft the oak plank to planks. Then planks will go there and it will make the stick. Then stick, it will assemble to this free slot and it will make a ladder. Okay, so let's try it out. I'm gonna show you how the image of our project. Okay, it will assemble here. I press it. Nice. Okay. It will go there. Oops, what's happening? Okay. It will make a ladder. So it should be that way. So first we need to make a planks, then planks to stick, then stick to ladder. But of course I am gonna show you the automatic one, not this lever manually. So okay. So we have this flip flop. So we should understand the logic here, so I don't need to explain the other parts of Redstone machine because I already explained the lesson too. Okay, so let's start. Let's first here our input. Oops, I forgot to fill with lag. Let's grab some lag first. That's our main input, the lag, because without lag we cannot make anything. Okay, so first it will make oak planks, then the oak planks will drop to this hopper. It will go there and to this one, and then the oak planks will assemble to this slot, and then if the slot is already filled, this inverter will turn it off and make the flip flop to turn on, and it will craft a stick. So once the stick is crafted, it will pass through this hopper to this hopper, and then it will go to this third one, and the stick will assemble in this free slot. Once the slot is already full, the redstone power increases and it will reach the inverter. Always 9 length, remember that. But it will turn it off and the inverter will turn it on and it will craft the ladder. Okay, so keep in mind it's always 9 length. As you can see, there is 2 redstone power because there is 2. We disabled a 2 slot. So if we try 4, so the redstone power will become 4. So yeah, it works. So let's try it out. If we fill in all, so the inverter will off and flip flop will on. Okay, so I think you got the logic here. We can proceed the actual. Okay, so first it will craft a planks. Then planks will pass through here, and it will go there. Then it will assemble like that. It has to wait to be fully filled before it will craft. Okay, the ladder is working. And then the ladders automatically pass through the chest. Okay, that's how the level 3 works. I hope you already get the logic here, but keep in mind it's always 9 length of redstone wire. It's always 9 length. Okay, the comparator, if you observe the comparator and the redstone, it always 9 length. As you can see, it's always 9 length because there is 9 slot in the crafter. So did you observe the changes in power? You can see because that's how the slot is working. So the redstone wire should be 9 before turning on the flip-flop. Okay, that's the ladder. Okay, so I hope you understand the logic here because this is just our lesson 2. So the lesson 3 will become more harder. Yes. So all the prerequisite lesson will be followed next. Okay. So even though you turn it off, the other inverter or flip-flop will still going. So that's the stick, and stick will pass through here, and then it goes along here, and it will make a ladder. So as you can see, it's really working. There's no problem. Just make sure you understand the redstone logic. Okay. So that's how the lesson 3. So in this lesson, we are using only one input, the O plug. So as you have observed since from the beginning, we are using the O plug only. Then for example, just like this, O plug, and then to planks, then planks to stick, then stick to ladder. So we are only using one input ingredients. So how about for 2 and above input? So like for bed. So for example, let's picture out this. So recently we require one input only for O plug. So how about for making a bed? So it requires wool and wood. So that will be our next lesson. So I will not discuss this today because it will harder. So I hope you already understand the basic logic of complex machine, because in the next lesson it will getting harder. So I just want you to tell you that this mainly focuses on logic. Okay, so you should understand the logic before making your own machine. So yeah, logic is very important here because that's how things will work. And then if you already understand the logic here, you can transform your own creation based on your creativity. Okay, logic and creativity are different things. So logic that's how gonna work, and creativity is based on your preference or your mind for creativity. Okay, so I hope you understand. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yes, I hope you learned today.